It's good.
Is it stout?
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dose of Dysfunction. I am your life coach, and with me is the resident redneck.
Howdy, y'all.
And with us again is Brody.
Hello, everybody.
Brosephus. It sounds like
It fits.
it sounds like a good
Gotta add it into my list of
southern music name.
nicknames
You could call him Crisco Briscoe.
Ooh.
like I was called in elementary school.
I was going to call you the Briscoe Kid because you were talking earlier about it being like him having like the Marlboro Man type, that like cigarette name.
Oh yeah, the Briscoe
No,
Kid.
bro,
Yeah.
always. It's like, you have a Western name, you know that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
I could
in front of the
see-
saloon at high noon.
Oh yeah, I could see Brody being the guy who like walks in there like, oh my god, that's Big B. You're like,
Yeah.
who's Big B? You don't know Brody Briscoe, Brosephus, you know?
Yes.
I love it.
Have you ever thought about what your Western name would be? Your cowboy name?
I actually have not.
Because Briscoe the Kid would be an amazing outlaw name.
Yeah, no, it's a great outlaw name. He's got I don't know, what would yours be? I mean, because
I don't
We
know.
could-
I've thought about a billion of them, but I don't.
we could work with Brock, like or I don't
Your
know,
last
I don't
name?
know.
Minor. I
Minor.
mean, his last name's Minor, so
I
don't
could see
know.
something with that. Just
Yeah.
gotta think about it for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Well, because my Scooby Doo villain is Minor 49er, right?
Oh, yeah.
and
Well,
then-
but see
and
that
then
one.
now people on the softball team call me Minor 69er because my number is 69.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that.
Well, juice box wouldn't work in the whole West because everybody would be like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck's a juice
What
box?"
the fuck? How'd they
You
get the
know?
juice in the box? Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
I
Yeah, they
don't
wouldn't know what the fuck's
understand.
going
Um,
on.
yeah, I have no idea. You know,
See, because that's something you would have to be either an outlaw or a lawman to get a good Western.
oh
name,
yeah,
right?
100%. Like I have the
Briscoe the Kid.
I've got.
Rob many a train this side of the Mississippi.
See, I have the one for like if I was
Him and his band of outlaws.
the like 1600s like boat captain one, or at
Ooh, what
that
do you got for a boat?
it would be and it
Ooh,
would be like the
that's-
British naval
That's
fleet,
ringy.
Commodore Casey. It would be
Rolls off the tongue.
yeah. I was gonna say that one would work, but for the West, I mean, you can't use that.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. That's not going to work in a jailhouse anywhere
Yeah,
in the
and-
West.
And Casey the Kid doesn't come off as
Nah,
good as like
well,
Billy the Kid.
Right, or Briscoe the Kid.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the Briscoe Kid. It doesn't roll off the tongue like you want it to.
Yeah.
No,
and see, I run into that same thing. It's like, what do you... Where do I land with that?
you
Like,
could call me Sheriff C.
oh, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Seeing Brody being who he is, you could come up with names for Brody that have nothing to do with his name.
That's true.
Like, his name has obviously led us to this
Yeah.
point, but at the same point in time, I mean,
I think in an Old West, like
Oak
especially.
Tree John.
Yeah, I
you
was
know?
gonna say he call him
Fucking-
Oak. You'd have lots of those.
I've been-
Briscoe
too
the
many-
Hammer.
Briscoe the Hammer.
Yeah.
Too many nicknames. growing up.
Sludge Hammer Briscoe.
I will say this though: if to have a lot of nicknames, I think it says something a lot about a person in a good way. If everybody wants to give them nicknames, like if you're just that person that people like to give nicknames.
Yeah, I mean, my famous nickname from back when I was a kid was "Hey, dumbass." So I mean, it doesn't. That I love your logic, but it really is flawed at a certain point.
Well,
Oh, he
they-
just loves you, really? I don't think so.
No,
I think Briscoe is just people trying to be an asshole to me. but,
Yeah.
you know.
sorry. Most of my life I haven't been like nobody ever calls me by my name. They always either attach something to it or it's always something else.
Right.
And I'm the same way. I don't call my kids by their name most of the time. I have, I call them something else.
Oh yeah. My 3-year-old is Stinker Bum.
Right.
For whatever reason, that's the one that's stuck, and I'm like, well, okay. And I'm sure at a certain age she can be like, Dad, stop calling me Stinker Bum. But right now, that's how she knows. She knows we're good, everything's good, happy. Dad, call me Stinker Bum, and it's cute.
Yeah, poor Scythe. It's like I call it's Bubby most of the time. I call him Superman. Like Bud is a popular just because it's
Yeah.
but
That's a dad name right there.
Yeah.
You get that one, it's like, that's right. I have a dad. He
Yeah.
calls me Bud.
Yep. So
no one calls me Bud but my dad.
No, that's true. And so growing up, like in my family, I had a nickname, and I was vehemently like, I would get very angry if anybody else thought that they could call me. I don't know why. And see, that's the funny part. I don't know why it's not. I don't know. I think it kind of like embarrassed me, but at the same time, I love, like, I would only accept it if like my dad or my mom said it. And I got to where I would accept it if my sister said it.
Yeah.
But anybody else tried to creep in that heard it and they wanted to jump on that train, it was like, no, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. See, and I called my sister Munchkin all growing up, right? To this day, I will still call her Munchkin. And my mom has tried, and she's like, no, you take that back right now.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things you'll only accept some of them, from certain people. Because, like, even at work, I still get it too. Because, like, Joe very rarely calls me Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when I walk by, it's Super Case. I don't know why, but that's just what he calls me. But that's
call
what
you glue.
Yeah, right.
Fucking glue that holds this whole fucking ship from sinking.
But that's what I mean. Even if people are giving you the nickname to give you a hard time, though, I still think there's a level of endearing that they're willing to take that much time to be like, to give you the nickname. There's something there that even though they're giving you a hard time, there's still, I think, a like there. They're just.
I had one, and this pisses me off still to this day, but there is a certain point in time in my life where turning into a young adult, we had baseball games to go to. You do a doubleheader and you rode in the truck on the way home. You stanky, right?
Yeah.
So one day I was having a fucking slump, right? And I mean, flyouts and strikeouts and shit were just common. And my parents, my dad hated it because my dad, we could get in the truck, I could throw a perfect game and hit 2 home runs, but that one double, I was gonna catch some shit for, right? Like that was
Right.
it wasn't even so. All of a sudden, and my mom stuck this to me, and she was like, "What's the matter, Stinky? What's the matter, Stinky?" Right? Like the ball bag stank, my bat stank, I stank. I mean, double headers in the middle of fucking July in Idaho is not good.
Yeah, no doubt. That doesn't sound awesome at all.
This was their name. Well, my mom yells this at one game, and it fucking lit me up. And that guy threw a fastball, and I'll never forget this bitch. I hit that fucking thing so goddamn hard. I actually cleared. So behind the field, there was a small field, just a barren field.
Yeah.
And then there was a road and an apartment complex. It was about 600 feet to the complex. I hit that fucking thing so hard it bounced off the road and knocked on somebody's door.
I love it.
And I was like, that was the worst thing I could have done, because every fucking time I got up to bat after that,
you were
I
stinky.
could hear a stinky
Yeah.
somewhere, and I was like, God damn it!
If that's what we need to get him to do that.
So
then.
if you remember this last game we had, I jacked one out of the park, right?
Yeah.
Lo and behold, my sister, who is our team's biggest fan at this point, she's sitting behind us with her best friend and my wife, and I hear, "Come on, Sticky!" She's all fired up at me, and I was like, God, it made me giggle, because it was one of those things. It was like, Mom didn't mean for it to stick, but it did, and it for whatever reason was almost like a good luck omen. And I stepped into the box and jacked that one out of the park, and I was like, fuck, I did it again.
Yeah, see?
Now you put it out there, and everyone at work's gonna start. Going
Right.
That.
She needed to be Stinky Pete. That would have been my fucking nickname in the West.
We had a neighbor at the old house I lived at, and his license plate said Stinky.
Okay.
He was a
So
grumpy.
that's how it would have been proud of, but all right.
I think he was
Proud of this. Let me put it on my license plate so everybody knows.
My
Mhm.
guess is because I think he was an old military guy, well past and retired, but I'm thinking that's where it came from. And
Yeah,
so
some
it kind
sort
of
of
stuck with him.
military-
Yeah,
Razzing.
but he was kind of a grumpy old guy, but he would corner
Don't
you.
fuck with Stinky's car.
Oh, no, you didn't.
How do we know it's Stinky's car? You'll know.
You'll know.
Read license plates. You'll know.
Well, we had a garage, and he'd give us.
See the stink cloud around it.
Yeah.
He was the old neighbor that would come up, and if you were doing something to the yard or the house, it was about time, especially because we were younger.
Oh,
and
one
weren't-
of those motherfuckers.
And we had this little garage, but it was detached from the house, and it was butted up against an alley.
Yeah.
And somebody sprayed "fuck you" on the alley side of it, and I was like, "Oh shit! All right, I probably got to take care of that." Well, finally one day I go out to go look. He'd painted over it. I know it was him. Somebody had painted over it, and I know for a
Got tired of looking at it.
Yeah,
and
he was
fucking
just
bastards
like-
take too long.
Yep, they're not gonna fucking do anything about this. God damn it, I'm gonna have to. But I'm almost 100% positive he's the one that painted over it.
Did you do the paint job where you just paint over just the letters so you can kind of still tell? What it said?
Kind of. There was a little bit, but because it was because he used white paint, and it was that the coloring was kind of this off-white yellow, not yellow, but kind of I'll call it colonial white, but it was an off-white color. So he didn't
See,
follow it perfectly, but
Yeah, well, the name's Stinky. I don't have much confidence that he covered it very well. so-
Oh, well.
I know what he used to say.
Although I will tell you,
It
he
looks good from my porch. I can't see shit.
Yeah.
But them big black letters, I can see them bastards.
But-
Ooh, did you hear about the vandalism that happened on the Johnny Cash water tower?
Huh?
Somebody shot Johnny Cash on this big fucking water tower, right?
Oh,
Shot
no.
him right in the fucking pecker. I mean, this guy had a hell of a shot.
Right?
Right in the pecker, right? So now this water tower is currently costing the city like $200 a day, is what I heard. But it looks like Johnny Cash pissing out the side of this water tank.
Oh, that's some epic vandalism right there. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
and
pretty
you know-
impressive.
It's gonna cost like $5,000 to fix it or whatever. Now here's where I've lost all hope in society, right? Yes, it's funny. Leave it. Realize you're just jacking up your fucking taxes because they're gonna have to accommodate for
You know,
this.
this guy went to the range, zeroed in his rifle.
Oh yeah. He's like, it's 365.2 yards.
Like, yep.
And he's
should be good
dead
enough.
nuts. He set up a table in his backyard. He put the weights on. He lined the gun up, but just perfect.
He's been
Found the right
practicing
caliber,
this shot.
everything.
You planned for the least windiest day of the
Uh-huh.
week.
Yep. And then as soon as the wind
Counted
hit
for
zero,
the curvature of the earth.
he threw his beer into the sink, ran out in the backyard, jumped down on the bench, leveled his eye behind this scope, and was like, "Johnny, you're gonna pee today, my friend." And click, and there it was, Johnny Cash pissing all over whatever the fuck restaurant it is below this thing.
Oh,
He just-
man.
He just didn't like the restaurant below. That was the whole-
Yeah, it was probably that drunk redneck in the middle of his yard. Fuck Johnny Cash, blam!
He fucked
and
up his
shoot.
order one day, and he's like, "You know what? I got a plan. I know how to get back to
Yeah,
this.
I'm gonna get these bastards. They don't know
They
what's
gave
gonna
me
hit
food
them.
poisoning for 3 days. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure it rains down Johnny Cash water pee all over their building. The foundation's gonna sink. Shit's not gonna. Everything's gonna be waterlogged. Customers won't come in. I can't park in here. It's getting rained on the whole time.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be pretty epic. I don't even know what to say to that. But
I know. I mean, how do you one up that? Find a water tower with Elvis on it and shoot him in the dick?
Yeah.
So I have actually typed in Brody's birthday.
Okay.
Okay, so this only like slightly makes the Big Brody Briscoe a little better.
Right.
It is band outlaws holding up burger shacks.
Oh Jesus.
Florida man
Okay.
robs Wendy's after grilling burger.
What?
That's the title of it. And it says,
I want to know how this works out. I mean,
He's
I'm
just hungry, man.
intrigued.
he was so angry he had to cook a burger first.
Right. Well, how would he get back there? I mean, I'm
Just made a
pretty
drink.
intrigued. You know, he got back there, cooked the burger.
He found it first. He had to find the burger.
Yeah, he had to
Yes.
find the burger, cook the burger, put the toppings on the burger,
and then rob the
and
place.
then rob the motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, how do
You know what? I worked an hour here. I'm gonna get my pay.
I was gonna say, was he like a new hire? Did he?
Can I get an advance on my check? No, fuck you. I'm burger
He was just
cooking,
like-
and then I'm
he was
stealing
just
the
showing him
shit.
what he was capable of. He was
Oh,
just trying to get his
Jesus.
job, his application.
That's just brutal.
He's like, well, if you ain't gonna hire me, I'm gonna take my pay and leave.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm with you.
So the story, it goes, Jensen Beach, Florida. Florida officials say they are looking for a hamburglar.
God, I hope he dressed like the Hamburglar.
Briscoe, the Crisco burger
Oh, that's awesome.
thief. Crisco Briscoe struck again. Got another
Yo.
Big Mac and cheese. Or no,
That's-
it's Wendy's, so it'd be a double with cheese.
right.
Baconator.
Oh, there we go.
They are looking for a hamburglar who broke into 2 restaurants, fixed himself some food,
Oh, wow.
and then stole money. The Martin County Sheriff's Office says the suspect forced his way into a Wendy's in Jensen Beach, Florida, by smashing a window with a brick. He then fired up the grill, made himself a hamburger, and walked away with the store safe.
He picked up the whole safe.
That's I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Just
Florida
impressive.
is
Now
Wild
this-
Wild West.
This,
Yeah,
is,
no
this is
doubt.
like a Popeye story right
Yeah.
here.
Well, and that's impressive
Right?
when you
Ate the can of-
factor it,
Ate
right?
the can of spinach and
Yeah, he walks in,
Well,
fires
sure.
up the fucking the broiler, and broils himself a burger or
Ben said
whatever.
spinach was the Wendy's chili. I mean,
It's the Wendy's
it's all
chili
those
can.
GMOs in the Wendy's chili.
Yeah, so then he just walked into the back office, picked up their safe, and walked out.
One underarmed it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess I'm assuming they didn't have a security system of any kind.
I don't. I mean,
I know.
I would
Is there
guess
video of
definitely
this? I wanna
not,
see
because
it.
to break out the window, that would at least set it off, right? And then you fire up the grill. I mean, that's
How slow is
that's
the
20
police?
minutes all in itself.
That's what I
okay?
mean.
How
You know,
slow is
that's-
the cops in this town.
Yeah, no
That's some
shit.
serious effort. And, well, so in high school, I worked at a Burger King. We had an alarm system, and I had keys to open because I'd open on like the weekends and stuff like that. But
Now when somebody
It's like, oh, it's just Stinky Joe.
yeah, yeah, right.
Casey's neighbor.
Oh, that'd be priceless.
Fired up and-
But I learned that.
We'll cut him off.
Yeah,
Off
we'll-
the freeway. We'll catch up. To
We'll
him.
get to him.
we got the license plate, it says Stinky on it.
Well, at the one I worked at, I forgot my keys one day, and I learned, or I had figured out how to get.
He's dead over there. He's like, oh my god, Stinky Joe. No, it hurt Stinky Joe. He just wanted a burger.
Oh shit! Sorry.
No, I think it's great.
Oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Stinky Joe.
Stinky Joe stealing burgers.
Painted, then he came in and painted fuck.
On this ride. No. That was his partner, and then he
He's
covered it
so
up because that was
energy.
just going too far.
Oh my god, that was his wife, Stinky Sharon. I can. She
His
painted.
ex-wife. She's manager. at
Yeah.
Wendy's.
She painted "fuck you" on the garage just because she knew what he was stealing. Oh my god. Oh shit.
Anyway,
Okay.
continue.
Oh no, it's all
Compose
good.
yourself. Titties. No,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. No, I'd learned in this place I could crawl up on the roof, and I found a way to get on the roof, and you could go down the hatch like that, the fire escape hatch
Uh-huh.
for the roof. It was never locked, so you could
Okay.
access it from the outside and crawl down, but it still kicked the alarm because of motion sensors. So,
Right.
but I'd forgotten my keys, so I figured out how to get up on the roof without a ladder and get through
How'd you
there.
do that? Dumpster?
I was pretty impressive. Like in my time, I found a way to.
Pretty impressive.
Cat burglar.
Yeah, I don't really want to reveal my secrets. I may be hungry one day and need to go back to this Burger King and fire up the broiler and like cook me a burger. And
burger stealer.
yeah, it's like
He doesn't want his entrance blocked up.
yeah, I can't have those guys fixing that problem there. But I still would have to compete with the alarm that eventually would alert the cops. That's the thing. Most of these places have some sort
Right.
of like alarm system on them.
Right. So we'll go back to it here. Smashing the window with a brick. He then fired up the grill, made himself a hamburger, and walked away with the store safe. He also went to another Jensen Beach restaurant where he helped himself to more food and money. So this guy
Was not
is
full
a
after the one.
veteran.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's
say.
like, not good enough.
He is a veteran. He's worked at both of these restaurants. You know that for
Yeah.
a fact, right?
Was the next
Because-
one
I
like a
get it.
Baskin Robbins? Like he needed some dessert, so he was like, go get
Authorities
me.
say the man also tried to rob a gas station but could not break in. So he knows how to get into a burger joint, but there's not enough hot food on the other side or ability to make hot food on the other side of a gas station door.
Jesus Christ.
You know, he's drunk. He's like, oh, I used to work here. I know where they had the key. And he picks up the brick.
Right.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Here's the spare key.
Look, I got the
Boom.
key. Let's throw it through the window. Oh my god, that's priceless. That's my only guess is at the other restaurant, did he, besides getting himself
You
more
can break
food,
in and make waffles. It's like a breakfast place.
did he imbibe in a little alcohol while there?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say he robbed a liquor store, so I mean, he had that on hand.
Have you seen the videos of the smash and grabs of ATMs where they just back a truck through the door,
Oh,
throw
yeah.
a chain around it?
Oh,
to
really?
take off?
Drag
Oh
off.
yeah.
I haven't
Drag
seen
the
that.
ATM behind,
Yeah, they're
I seen the one the guy backed up. He backed through the window, right, to get rid of that obstacle. Pulled forward, and they jump out and they throw the chain around the ATM on the inside of the store, right? And then they go to like leave. Well, the truck gets like high centered or whatever, so they're back there pushing on the tailgate. Finally, it breaks loose, and it lands and it yards this fucking ATM
Oh,
right over top of one of the guys trying to help
Oh,
get it in the
shit.
truck. And it is like straight yards it right over him.
oh, that's
Boom.
rough.
Boom, hits him, slams him to the ground, yards it out, right? So then the other guy who's trying to push the truck too, he runs over and he's like trying to get him up, and this the center post between the windows that's now bent up. Apparently it broke off.
Oh,
And it like
shit.
swings down and just lays the second guy out. And I'm thinking to myself, if I'm in the truck, y'all motherfuckers just took a gnarly bath for this because I'm driving away. Fucking them out.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of effort put
But
into being a crook.
It
but-
says on Facebook, the office posted photos and asked the public to help identify the suspect, who has a tattoo on his left arm and is described as a white male in his mid-30s. So it doesn't tell you exactly what the tattoo is, but it tells you that he's in his mid-30s. So any white male in his mid-30s
Okay.
who looks like he's had
Yeah.
a few hamburgers and just
And-
came into some money.
Unsolved case
Yeah.
28 years ago.
Yeah. Shit.
No, this one's recent. I just typed
Oh,
in the
okay.
day. It's 2019.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
that's not horrible. That's good. That's
Yeah, at least it's not a 28-year-old case.
Cold case. Hamburger.
Somebody's like, "Oh my god, I
Like a
seen
local
the Hamburglar."
yeah, no shit.
He'll never be able to have another name. He's gonna tell his buddies and be like, "Oh my god, I robbed 2 AT or I took 2 fucking safes out of a Wendy's and some other restaurant. I also got a free burger. That's gonna be the big part. You're gonna be like, I got a free burger at Wendy's the other day. I mean, I had to cook it myself, but I got a free fucking burger.
That's awesome.
He's gonna tell his buddies they're all gonna be like, hey, so we know where the Hamburglar lives.
It was right around the corner, actually.
He's real close to the police department. You probably just walk over there and get him. He's armed with a brick. Make sure there's nothing on the ground he can throw at you. He might knock you out and then try to cook a burger with your taser.
Right?
Bricks or keys.
I have a master
look, a
key. Here.
Bam.
No, I brought the master key tonight.
This thing breaks into all kinds of shit.
And if I forget it, I know where to find another.
Well, so when I was doing HVAC, we worked on the Wendy's around here.
Yeah.
And I will tell you right now that by far one of the shittiest places to try to put a fucking HVAC system is in a fast food restaurant.
Oh, I believe that.
Because they leave you all of about 3 fucking inches to get the shit put in above the false ceiling, right? It's fucking horseshit. But they buy these old fucking decrepit buildings and then they put a fucking big sign out front that says Wendy's. And then you have to retrofit all this shit and it looks like trash. And underneath the false ceiling, they're going to be like, nope, call a different company. I'm fucking out. I'm not doing this.
Right? I'm not working on this.
But we had we were actually working on an Albertsons and I walk into the Albertsons one day and it's raining inside the Albertsons. I'm like, what in the fuck, right? Because they had torn a whole fucking side of this building off to build their new fancy pharmacy, deli, bakery, area, Starbucks up top and all this shit. And they hadn't quite fixed the roof yet, and it fucking just started downpouring. It rained for like 3 days.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's raining on the inside of the store because they don't have tarp or whatever in the right place. So it's just, it's pouring in. And I believe it was in the like clothing department area. So like all the jackets and shit are all wet and the pants are all wet. And
that's no
there's
good.
people over there trying to buy umbrellas and shit and they're all soaked. And
let me test a perfect time to test it out, right? You just
exactly. Hold on. I don't know if this works.
That's,
demo in the store.
We're good. Yep. But it was one of those deals where we walk in and I'm like, what is going on? Well, all of a sudden something happened and all of the fire sprinklers kicked on. Okay, when you fire off the fire sprinkler system, you just wasted everything in that store.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Aside from canned goods, everything's hosed. And I'm standing at the cash register and I'm on the phone. I'm trying to get a hold of the superintendent. I'm trying to get a hold of my boss. And it's on the weekend. Nobody's up there. It's a smaller town. And everybody is at home with their families where they should be on the weekends, right?
Right.
Except for the superintendent who's asleep in his hotel, which is like 5 minutes. If I walked outside and picked up the right brick, I could probably hit the hotel.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, I threw my master key at your hotel, all right? But I'm on the phone with everybody. I've got his number. I've got the boss of the construction company who's undergoing the whole thing. I got his number. I've got superintendents everywhere, right?
Right.
And I'm blowing them all up. And finally I get a phone call back from, his name was Chuck, our superintendent. He's like, what's going on? Why are you blowing up why is my boss calling me? What the hell? He's like, is it freezing in there? I said, no, it's fucking raining in here. And he's like, what? Oh my God. And he like throws on all of his clothes and comes running down, right? Well, the fire department's already here and they've shut off the sprinklers. And I'm like standing, I'm wet, pissed off at this point in time.
Right.
Because everything I was just trying to purchase, I'm like trying to hug over, do the whole, oh my God, fuck all the rest of your shit, but I want my shit to be dry.
Right.
And the fire department comes in and they're checking. They're like, why did it break? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. Well, apparently the water had built up on the tarp and when it broke, it hit something. And when it swung over, it hit that little glass piece in one of the sprinklers. When you hit one of those, it showers everything,
Yeah.
like within seconds.
Oh shit.
So it basically depressurizes this whole system and sprinkles the whole inside of the Albertsons.
Oh my god.
And everybody showed up on Monday like it was time to go to work, right? Well,
Yeah.
we had fried like 4 cash registers in this mess, like shit sparks and shit going everywhere. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God. So at that point in time, they were like, anything you can pick up that's not a canned good or something that's safe from water, if it's something you feel is safe or whatever, you can basically have it. And I'm like, well, I'm not, anything I want's all in wrappers and shit, so I'm good. I'll just, I'll head back out to the truck or whatever. And I was like, well, wait a minute, you guys sell cigarettes, right? And I was still smoking at the time. They're like, yeah. Hand me this waterlogged carton of cigarettes. And they're like, yeah, here you go, So I rip them out of the box or out of the carton as fast as I can. And I'm like, oh, we're good. There's plastic wrap on the outside. We're good, right? Like, give me like 3 or 4 of those. I had a fucking stash
Oh, I
of
bet.
cigarettes for days. But it was funny because the next Monday, the electricians and the roofers are all up on the roof, and we were inside the store. We're hanging ductwork. And I was like, that's an odd looking thing to be in a roof, right? I'm standing there and I've got this piece of ductwork on my shoulder, and I'm like looking at this thing. I'm like, Dad, that really doesn't look right. And about that time, the roofer who was attached to the boot come falling through the ceiling.
Oh shit.
And I'm like 15 feet is how high my man lift has got me in the air. So he's at least 15 feet off the floor. I mean, to the top of the ceiling, we're talking 20 feet, maybe something like that.
Oh shit.
So he's going to fall 20 feet. So I threw the ductwork, landed it right in the produce island thing they had. There's watermelons and shit all mushed all over the place. But I threw it and I reached out and grabbed him by his harness and pulled him to the lift, because I don't give a shit who you are. You fall 10 feet and that harness catches you, it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
So it was just like and throw my shit and grab a hold of this guy and I pull him to the lift. And now he's like, his head's stuck in the false ceiling and shit. And he's like holding on to the side of the lift. And like, this is just not an ideal situation. They actually end up coming in and they're like, no. Until everything's safe, everybody get the fuck out.
Oh,
I left my ductwork right there in the produce.
like, yeah, fuck it.
Say,
It's your ductwork now.
Yeah, exactly.
you've been in the grocery stores where the fresh produce has like the water and the lightning storm
Oh,
effects.
the rain
like
and shit on.
They didn't luck out and have it right over the fresh produce. They could just left it there as a feature.
No, it was pretty bad, but it was still like I always thought, wow, this would be a good way to rob a place. Just fall through the ceiling.
There's some videos online of that. People robbing places and they fall.
Have you seen the one video where the guy, I think he's an electrician or HVAC guy or whatever, but the cameras, the CCTV behind the front desk, and then all of a sudden like comes falling through there and he's laying on the ground. And the other guy comes out and he's like, "You okay, George?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll be okay." He's laying there. He's like, "What were you doing, George?" Ah, shit.
That's wild.
Other than that, that's all it gives me on the Florida man for Brody's birthday.
Nice. Well, if you would like, I don't, Brody, you got any stories or anything you want to tell? Any topics you want to talk about? You're the guest, so if you've got something you want to
Nothing I
talk
can
about,
think of at
We
the
don't have
moment.
that much time for guns.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we'll be here all night.
yeah, that's fair.
Bro, that's Gunsmith Briscoe.
All right.
How big where it is.
Yeah, nothing I can think of at the moment.
All right. I have some facts about the human brain.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. I'm
This became
boring.
a science podcast.
We hit everything.
Yeah, we will. Topic possible.
Yeah. Well, and we can find humor in a lot of this. And a lot of times it turns into the could you imagine?
Yep.
Because we take the science and
That's
then
our
use
way to go about it.
Yeah. that becomes now our, ooh, we have some science. Let's see how we can fuck this up.
Yep.
So, well, here's the fact of the brain. It can store an estimated 2,500,000 gigabytes, according to Paul Reber, professor of psychology at Northwestern University. The human brain can store an estimated 2.5 million gigabytes. That's the equivalent of 300 years worth of TV shows.
Mine can't. They downgraded my fucking computer chip. I'm gonna tell you that
I
right
forget
now.
what happened the day before.
He's like,
See, that's locked in somewhere, but we're gonna have to get on that topic to upload that information, and it may be a buffering situation too.
well, but when you think about that, when we talk about a brain being like a supercomputer, right? Because that's basically what it is. I mean,
I don't. That's not the.
I don't think
God was like, "Yep, put a chip in there big enough to cover his motor functions, and sometimes maybe fuck that up a little bit, would you?"
well, then this one, the second one, fits right into what you're saying.
Oh,
The human attention span is shorter than a goldfish. Research shows that the average attention span has decreased by an average 12 minutes over the last 10 years. Today, the human attention span is shorter than a goldfish. Studies have even shown some links between device multitasking, for example, if you're scrolling through social media while watching TV, and declining attention spans.
that's an insult.
So we are literally
I don't know what
Yeah,
HD
shorter-
is, but the doctors called and said I got 80 of them some bitches.
no
Yeah,
100%.
shorter attention span than a goldfish. You know that, son?
Yeah, we all do. Now you can't. You don't have.
What about a koi fish, bitch?
I got a memory like an elephant, but the attention span of a goldfish.
Yeah, of less than a goldfish.
Yeah, less than a goldfish. I think that's fitting.
I blame that on social media, though.
I wouldn't take it farther than social media. You can just go internet in general.
Yeah.
You got
I mean, the
Yeah.
internet has fucked
Just
everybody
keep
up. I mean, if
scrolling.
you think about it, it took us how many minutes to get through the Florida man
Yeah,
who
well,
robbed the burger joint of their burger?
Yeah.
I mean, it took us, 10 minutes to get through that? So now you're at, okay, so we had 4 conversations during that time.
oh yeah,
Right.
and that's normal. We have a bunch of conversations
Right.
throughout those, so it takes a while. But I think that's exactly what they're talking about, though. Is nobody has this direct and focused thing anymore. You end up branching off, and you're like, oh,
Well,
I'm over here. Oh, I'm over here.
I'd also like to blame that a little bit on communication too. Right? Like, as much as I hate people in general, like, you have to work with me or be next to me for more than 10 minutes for me to be like, yeah, it's all right, you know? But it's one of those things where it's like, if you see that headline, Florida man robs Wendy's after grilling burger, you giggle for a couple minutes and then you find the next one,
Yeah,
right?
you assume what the rest of the story is. Too,
Yeah.
a lot of
Oh my
times.
God, he broke in, he cooked a burger, he stole the money out of the cash register, right? And he ran away. That's what you would think, right?
Oh, I'm a notorious headline reader. Like, I'll pop in, I'll look what the headline says, and then I'll go, I think I know this story, and then I move on.
Yeah, it could be the funniest shit in the world,
I
but
know
what you
this-
didn't realize is
Yes.
it was poorly titled. And so
yeah.
you're just like, yeah, fuck it. You know, but everybody's like, oh my God, did you hear the story about the mouse can? And they're like, what? And apparently it's some guy who is launching rats, like New York rats, through people's windows in cars when they drive by on top of
T-shirt
his
gun.
taxi. And it's some crazy, but it was just shittily titled.
Right.
So you were like, where did I miss this?
Yeah,
And then
how
you
did
read
I
the title again?
not-
And you're like, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
But
You'll never
the
make it in this
communication
industry.
portion of it is exactly the communication portion of it, where I read that and then we butcher the piss out of it, right? And it's
Right.
like, okay, we turned that into 10 minutes worth of good, feasible conversation to where somebody could possibly walk up to Brody and be like, hey, so when you gonna open Briscoe's gun store, And he'd be like, God damn those assholes.
Right.
Because he'll remember it, right? But if all we did was go, Florida man robs Wendy's after grilling burger, ha ha ha, and we scroll to the next, we'd never be there.
Well, correct.
You know.
You gotta dive in a little further or take it your own way. But again, that's why I say we fill in the headlines.
Right. Right.
And that's why you wind up with like
This is
some
why
of
I
the
tell people I have a beautiful imagination.
well,
Sometimes it's just blocked by alcohol and stupidity.
but this is also why I say we get fed so much stuff when people say, "Oh, you're just getting fed stuff by the media." Well, you are, because they know
Yeah.
your attention span's not very big, so it's this, think of before media wise, like you could craft a story, like you'd only get a newspaper, or you may
Mhm.
only get that kind of communication once a month.
Right.
And
now you look at it, I mean, ultimately, if there's no video involved, fucking people don't want to read that shit.
yeah, it's
Like the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, it's all on video, right? Everybody loves watching and making fun of those two fucking idiots.
Jesus.
But if they put it in the newspaper, Amber Heard's dog stepped on a bee. I mean, nobody's gonna fucking turn that into something funny and be like, what the fuck does that have to do with Johnny Depp's finger? Or shitting on somebody's bed.
Oh,
it's not.
dude, just the
but
stuff
then-
that comes out of that.
But then they put it on video, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, did you see the video?
All right.
Yeah.
Amber Heard that my dog stepped on a bee." And then
Yeah.
somebody's like, "I have special needs," and
Well,
fucking
have
they
you
go through this whole thing, and you're like, "That was a fucking awesome video." But you would have never seen any of it if it wasn't a fucking video. It would have just been a text chat line or some shit, where they're all making fun of me. You're like, "What the fuck?"
No, 100%. I got sucked into partially I didn't watch the whole thing, but it still caught me enough to get me to watch a little bit. It was Jason Momoa, who apparently at some point has had a relationship with Amber Heard, had one, I think, before Johnny Depp.
Right.
And he's duetting, because it's a TikTok. He's watching the Amber Heard testimony of something, and
Jesus.
he's watching it and kind of commenting on it. And it's like, oh, this is too good.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Yeah.
that's the stuff you wouldn't get before.
Well, and they, again, in today's society with that whole thing, you're guilty until proven innocent. That's the flawed part behind our justice system. Now, I'm not saying that the whole fucking system is fucked, but most of it has these stupid things like that. And
Well, I would tell you that's why celebrity's so powerful. Is because we
no,
want all
they
the
just drop $1
tidbits.
million in the right person's bank account and shit goes away.
Eventually, but that's why
When they get
paparazzi
busted,
and everything.
When do they get busted? When they don't have any fucking money. That's when they get busted, right? You don't see anybody coming after Tom Cruise, Mr. Top Gun, right now.
Oh fuck, man! I wish that guy would go away. Fucking hate Tom
But you know what I
Cruise.
mean? Like that's when they really get fucking tuned up. is
Why do
when
you
they
have to
don't
say
the
that?
money.
I want to watch that movie
You are
so
talking about science.
bad. Fucking,
Scientology.
but I can't. I can't do it.
But he's just like,
See?
Scientology.
I'm like, because he's in it, I don't know if I can watch
Gotta be
it.
careful what we say. We could be next target.
Absolutely.
I'll fucking bring it.
Bring it.
Bring
We have
it.
all kinds of shit to talk about. Absolutely. Hook us up.
If that little Peckerwood wants to come after me, fucking let's
I
go.
don't think it's just
Whoa,
him though.
whoa,
It's the whole
What did we just?
organization.
What did I miss?
He was basically saying, is Scientology listening to us? Like, is Tom Cruise going to come after you or something? And I was like, if that little Peckerwood wants to come after me, bring it on.
Casey's over here. I'll fucking learn how to fly a plane, bitch.
Take 'em all
Yeah.
on.
Just say,
Take them all on.
he
I
really
mean, I'll
wanna
look
come
good
after
on
me?
camera, but I'm gonna fly a real plane, motherfucker. And you're over there flying your CGI plane, bitch.
Yeah, what's he, like 5'7"? Dude doesn't even come up to my nipple.
Yeah,
Like,
no, his
you know?
voice is really loud. I've seen a video where he yelled at somebody about not wearing their mask, and the only thing I could think of is, man, if it didn't cost me millions of dollars, I'd probably jam a fucking stick up your ass right now.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I would beat you with the chair you're sitting in.
Oh, dude, have you ever seen the ones where like Christian Bale goes off on
Oh, yeah.
people on the set, like
Batman
workers and stuff like that?
Who?
Christian Bale.
The Batman set. There's a
Oh
video
my-
recording of him like going off on
And
the workers on set.
it's aggressive. Yeah. Oh man.
Is this like the what's his face, the one that blew up on his wife or whatever?
no?
See, because
I
the
don't
way
know that-
the way Tom Cruise freaked out, I'm like, okay, you're the angry like coworker that everybody's gonna blanket party later, you know, and I don't know the one you're talking about, but I'm just like I always revert back to like the Mel Gibson breakdowns and shit like
Oh,
that.
That's good.
Mel
Listen to that one.
Gibson. How he's I'm actually impressed anybody's even willing to hire that guy because his breakdowns have been to the level where they're like, we can't touch you.
Yeah, no, that's a whole nother level of crazy that it's
That's an
like
entertaining one right there.
Yeah,
that's
where-
Amber Heard Johnny Depp shit on like 10,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
That's where when they say there's no such thing as bad publicity, like, just
Oh yeah,
getting
no,
it-
that one
no,
breaks
no,
the
no,
mold.
no,
that
one
one breaks the mold.
Yeah.
See, because even like the Will Smith thing, right? The bitch smack on Chris Rock, I'm like sitting there going, it's a good thing you walked away because he took all of that and he's ready to fuck you up. Like, it's a good thing you walked away. And he because I'm like sitting here going, no, this is just not okay. Like that in my realm of everything, if you walk up and bitch smack somebody, you better be ready to catch hands. Like there's a whole bunch of them. They're like, oh, well, that's a warning. No, that was your own warning to yourself. I just smacked this guy. I better be ready for a fucking mouthful of broken teeth, because you don't get to just walk up to a fire ant hill and pee on it and not expect them to try to fucking attack your feet, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you walk up and bitch smack somebody on fucking national TV, you better be ready to get pee-pee smacked right back.
Oh yeah. No.
So I mean that one was like a shot at publicity, like, oh, let's do this, right? But it was more for the bald bitch
Oh yeah.
than it was for anybody else.
Talk about another one that needs to go the fuck away.
Oh, I know, right? They need to roll that round red fucking table right back to the end of the period of tampons.
Wow.
That fucking shit. I didn't know about any of that show until after this happened, right? So yeah, she got my one view.
Hope not.
Because I wanted to know what I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is she? I've never heard of her, never, other than she's the lady who cheats on Will Smith all the time. I was like, I don't know who this is, right? So
it's like,
I'll
fucking invest a little research in this. See if
exactly.
maybe
I did my research.
Yeah.
I looked it up. I listened to almost a whole episode, and I was fucking boiling. That racist bitch needs to be yoinked the fuck off of TV. That is the most racist fucking show I've ever seen in my life. Not only that, but it's the most sexist show I've ever seen too. They get a male on the show, and there's no fucking way he walks away with that with any self-esteem left. Like, they are a bunch of fucking horrible people. And I'm just like, what the fuck? But now I know where we got all of our feminists from. And like because they're not feminists anymore, they're fucking man haters. It has nothing to do with feminism. It's turned into a fucking man witch hunt, warlock hunt.
Warlock hunt.
Because I mean it's stupid. And I'm like listening to half this shit, and I'm looking at my wife. I'm like, people fucking pay to watch this shit? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I would throw my fucking chair at this lady. Like, I would get mad enough to be like, shut up, you bald, and I'd launch my chair up onto the fucking stage. Fuck that.
Ooh, I haven't made it all the way through the video you sent me today.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that the other day, weren't we?
Well, I didn't. Not the call center things. I didn't. Well, I've said India's
or
corrupt.
no, we were talking. Yeah, because you are not the biggest fan of a certain ethnicity.
Yeah,
because they're all fucking crooked. And I sent you that fucking video because they pick 4. Mark Rober,
yeah,
who's an awesome dude. He does this video on this whole thing. They pick 4 different call centers. They're all in fucking India.
Well, yeah, most
because they're heartless, shameless motherfuckers. I'll put that out there right now. Everybody's got their stereotype, and I'm going to tell you right now, they fit into that one wholeheartedly. Okay?
This is why.
And I don't mean to be an asshole about it. And if you have broken out of that place and you have done other things with your life, that is fucking great, and I appreciate that.
They just have some cultural things that
Oh my God.
I can't get on board with, and I can't, like, in my head, I just can't understand them. As I know other cultures look at shit we do and are like, oh, what the fuck?
Where are you at in the video?
I'm about halfway through.
Okay, so towards the end, they show you a map of one of the places in India. And this fucking thing is so covered with red X's They should have turned the whole fucking thing red and put white X's where these places weren't.
Oh,
Because it's just riddled with these million and billion dollar call scheme.
yeah,
scammer
and the
scheme
worst
calls.
part
companies.
is there's a legitimate call center level element to all of them that
Yep.
work for companies making calls or whatever. You may not
Mhm.
like them and stuff, but they're part of the company. They're not actual scams. They're just
Yeah.
part of a call center company.
Right.
But then they have these sections.
Then they have the backdoor section.
yeah, where they're the ones
Where
that
you get no Vaseline.
Raw dog.
yes,
Absolutely. It's horrible. So I watched this whole video because we were talking about porch pirates and stealing your packages and shit like that. And
Mark
then
Rober
it's-
does it.
Mark Rober does the video where he sends out the
do the glitter bombs and
glitter
the stuff
bomb,
like that.
yeah,
They're
with
just
the fart spray and all that shit,
Yes.
right? So they get these traps and shit into these call centers and stuff, and they actually showed there's one guy who took videos. Well, they caught him on camera, so then they sent their security company to his front door because Mark Rober in the beginning of the beginning of the video he explains this. They send these henchmen to the house, and the guy who I don't know, roommate or brother or whatever, knew better than to tell him he was there. They were like, no, he's not here. He won't be here till later as he got out the house. Because they were definitely going to do something very not legal to this guy.
yeah.
And there was 3 of them there, and they stood on the front porch of this house for like all day waiting for him to come home. And I'm like, nope, you now move. You now move to a whole different place, and you pick up a job being a actual call center guy, and that's that, but it's intense. They show the videos of this, and these guys are smart enough because they're scammers. They see certain things and they're like, no. So they sent a glitter bomb, fart bomb, whatever, to this place. They took it outside
And
and opened it. But yeah, there's like 10 of them standing around this package, and it blows sparkles everywhere and fucking starts shooting off spray, and the red and blue lights happen and all this shit. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, no,
Right?
I mean it's one of those things. You look, my biggest problem isn't probably, again, like I said, the normal populace of this place. I'm sure it's fine. I don't have a problem. It's again, it's just the few that we see or hear. You see those
Mhm.
things because trust me, there's just as many shitty scammers in the US doing shit
Oh,
like that,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's just watching it, and it's no different than you run into the ones. It's that aggressive personality.
Hello, would you like to buy insurance? My name is Bob.
Well, and
Shut the fuck up, Bob.
There's a guy on TikTok that just messes with them all day.
Well, so that's the
I
guy.
duetted one where he the guy told him to do something and he hits the button and like he's screwing and the guy's like, no,
Yeah.
like he's freaking out about like. But that's the one thing I guess I always find a little different for that culture as opposed to like our culture is our culture tries to be a little more slick talk the way
We're soft.
it tries to make everything happy, right? That's how we try
Yeah.
to scam people is we want to make them feel good. These guys just get flat out aggressive with people. And in that one you show me was like,
Stolen about. Okay. We'll get there.
well, the one guy was like, when they're ripping off this old lady, oh, you make it. He's so cold in how he says it, but he's like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel so connected to you. I
Yeah,
feel like you're a grandchild. And I'm like, no,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no emotion there
It's
whatsoever.
just stone cold. It's
It's
bad.
it's like reading off a script where again there's just that, but it's no different than I've had times on here, like on Instagram, like the live, where I've had somebody want to come into it and it's like, we're recording a podcast, it's more meant so you can watch it and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and you can put a
Yeah.
comment. They're like, fuck you
Oh,
piece
yeah.
of shit, and you're like whoa.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
funny because Casey was actually going to deal with this guy for a second and click him in and then say, hey, look, this is what's going on. We'll catch you next time, right? Back out. And this guy went from let me join to fuck you, I hate you, you fucking stupid fucking,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, just like went off, and it was like, what the
No.
fuck?
Yeah. All right. And again, and that I don't care what culture you are. It's just like, really, we got to be that aggressive.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Well, and so like, and this just got dumped on our TikTok, and it's gonna be one of those situations where it's I know how I feel on it, but stolen valor. I mean,
oh no, that's a big no. Big no.
yeah, I have a
Ah.
lot of friends who are military. I've actually watched one of them ass over tea kettle a guy for stolen valor
You
because all
want
of his shit was in the wrong places and stuff. And my buddy wasn't going to do anything about it. But my buddy is Marine Corps, and to him, if you want to poke the bear, then he will turn around and bitch smack you into next week. But he's not going to go out looking for it, right? He doesn't want to end
Right.
up on a YouTube video and that kind of thing.
Yeah, when people try to set you up, or
Right.
that's that
And
same thing.
We were standing in line at a taco truck, and this guy's in full gear, and my buddy's like, "What the fuck?" Like, looking at all of his stuff, and he's like, "There's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way that this guy outranks me. Like, there's no fucking way." And I was like, "What?" And he starts telling me, and he's like looking at his badges and his patches and all this stuff, and he's like, "That doesn't even fucking go together." Right? And this
He's
kid
bought a collection off of eBay. He's like, oh,
exactly. And this kid's like, I don't know, he had to have been younger than us by probably 5 years at least. And well, at least he had to be about 3 years younger than me, 5 younger than him. And we're standing there, and the guy turns around, and he's got the big, military, his whatever platoon tattoo deal on his arm. And for whatever reason, he was wearing a cutoff shirt that day, but he would normally always wear a t-shirt just because he wasn't trying to flaunt it in people's faces. And this guy turned around and seen it, and he started talking to him. And next thing I know, I turn around, and this guy's fries and his burger and his drink and shit go flying. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I just got handed all my food, and fucking dude's laying on the ground. And my buddy's like, did you get my fries? I'm like, fuck, hold on. So I'm like picking up extra food and another drink, walking away from the fucking taco truck and shit, and this guy's laying on the ground fucking crying like a little bitch, big old huge red handprint on the side of his face. And I'm like, yep, I guess that. And the big issue was like, we paid full price, right? And he was like, yeah, this place offers the military discount. He goes, how the fuck would you know? And he's like, looks at him, he like looks down, and my buddy's like, well, first off, if these two went together, this one goes first. If this one was even something you could have accommodated at your age, which I'm going to guess is under 30 and damn near impossible, it would actually go first. And he's like pointing them all out, and the guy gets like all mad at him and shit. And he's like, well, what the fuck would you know? And he just, wham! We walked away from it and went and sat down, and I was like, so are we just going to wait for the police or
To
what? He's
show
like,
up?
that's
Yeah,
exactly
it's
what we're
like-
going to fucking do. And the cops showed up, and they arrested him for
Yeah.
stolen valor, which I was like, I didn't know you could get arrested for it, but okay.
That's a big deal.
So they arrested him for it, and then they let my buddy go. They're like, yeah, no, we don't have any issues. As far as we're concerned, that's assault
enjoy your
on
fries.
military presence. So, you were good. You were inside your self-defense rights. And I'm like looking at him. I'm like, can you get me in at least for a couple of years?
Yeah. I just want to be able to smack the shit out of somebody once and get away with it. Like,
Exactly. But no, it's a huge deal. I mean, I remember when it was first started being videotaped, there was these guys wearing all the wrong shit, going to the stores, getting fucking discounts. It's like, really? Go break your fucking leg. They'll give you a disabled discount. Like, quit. I mean, mentally handicapped people like you stupid fuck, can get disability anyways.
I'll give you one better. Most places just walk in and ask for a fucking discount.
Yeah.
Right?
Walk in and be like,
sure, whatever.
Yeah.
really? That's the price? Not even with my 10% off? Oh, yeah. Hold on a fucking second. Click, 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 click. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Nobody
Enjoy
gives
it.
a fuck.
I was going to say,
They're not making money off of you. They don't care. I mean, yeah, maybe if you walked in and were like, I want to buy that Ferrari for $1,000, they're going to laugh and you're going to walk away. There's
Yeah.
not, But if you walked in and was like, you know what, I can't pay $30,000 for that kid. Can I pay 28,000? They're probably yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
And away you
they're
go.
like, let's take a look, see what we can do. Yeah, no, I don't care. I would think that probably holds weight in any country too.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. But see, and for me, it's like I don't know. Like I can't tell. I can tell people have been in the military, but I can't tell the fakers. I'm not paying close enough attention because as far as I'm concerned, they're fucking human. They're here. They're doing their thing. I don't
Taking out
have
their
the
work.
I'm not going to reach out to him. My buddy, if you were to reach out to him and be like, "Oh, are you okay?" He'd be like, "What the fuck did you just say to me, pussy?" Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
he was Marine Corps. I mean, there's a lot of crayons going on here,
I
but
was gonna say there's some hardcore to that, but
I love him to death, but
I don't understand. Legitimately, I don't understand why you would even think that's okay. Like why
Yeah.
you would even try to do it. Like if you want to go to be a con man or you want to go pick something else, why would you even
why
go?
pick that?
Yeah,
exactly. I could rob a fucking Wendy's, cook a burger, steal their safe,
Yeah,
and
and
be a whole lot better off than getting my ass handed to me by a fucking military dude who actually went and served.
yeah, not only that, I get my ass kicked and I get arrested. At least
Yeah.
in this, if I get arrested, I at least got fed.
Right. You at
And
least
I
got a
didn't get my
burger.
ass kicked. You know? And if I stash the money right, it'll be there when I get out. So, you know, this is
Yeah. No, the stolen valor thing for me is a like 100% no go. I feel like you should be put in the ring with some of these motherfuckers, right?
No, I think you
For
get a
stealing.
sock party. They drag you in and they drop
Yeah.
the soap in the
Yeah.
sock and they beat the living
Beat
shit
the
out
fuck
of you.
out of you. Yeah. I don't think it's okay by any means that you immediately choose violence, but in this situation, I'm not a part of it. So as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't fucking vandalize government property, bud. This is what happens.
Well, I wouldn't normally advocate violence, but in that situation, I would because,
Yeah.
and the reason I would is because you're trying to pose as somebody who literally has taken an oath to put their body in harm's way, that at some point in their life will potentially see violence against them. No,
Oh,
if you want to be a part of this club,
Yeah.
you're gonna get your ass whooped.
Well, my thing too is the fact that if you're not willing to put the uniform on and go actually stake your life for this country, if you were to put that costume or not costume, but if you were to put on that uniform or the whatever they call them on and walk around in public, I feel like even civilians should be allowed to kneecap your ass if they can tell. Like,
Yeah,
because
well,
I
if they
couldn't tell.
know,
I
right.
walk up to the wrong
Be careful
motherfucker and
of
be
that one.
like, I don't know about them ribbons. Wham! And be like, okay, he know this shit.
Yeah, no, you're gonna probably need the person who's been in the military, but I don't know. To me, it's just there's lots of things that are disgraceful, but that's high on the list of just, hey, why would you pick
yeah.
that thing? Really? Like what? Why?
Seriously.
There's so
Choose
many.
anything else.
Well, yeah, there's so many
Take
other
being a
things you
pilot.
can do. Yeah.
Fake being a pilot. Yeah, that would be good.
Well, no, you could be like
You never have to actually fly the plane, but
Right.
like if you go back
Tom
to
Cruise. Here we go.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise walks in. Oh my God, give him the Tom Cruise discount. What is that? We add $5 because he's a dick.
Oh my God, do you think if he sits next to a pilot at an airport bar, he tries to talk to him about flying the plane?
Jesus.
Gives him some pointers while he's up
I've
there.
flown a plane or two.
Yeah.
I flew in a simulator once.
Yeah. No. You do this reverse.
Why would
upside
you
down,
do that? Do this corkscrewy thingy
Yeah.
between two trees and up
and then take a
underneath the fucking
Polaroid.
bridge and
and then take
And
a
then-
Polaroid of the guys.
oh, look
Yeah.
at him like it's a good thing you're famous.
Yeah.
Because I'd have stuck you in the dishwasher 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. No. The stolen valor one is just I don't know. I can't accept it. Like I said,
No, I'm
I
out.
don't
I'm out.
advocate
I will-
violence for most things, but
At-
that is one. And not only that, I think it gets to be either current or ex-military that gives you the sock party, and they televise that shit.
Oh, yeah. It needs to be an example.
Yeah.
Tonight we got
Absolutely needs to be an example. But what I'll tell you is if somebody comes in and I notice it, like if I can tell, Because there's certain things about military people that while they're in the service, you can tell. Unless they're a
Yeah.
fucking SEAL and can break rules that normal ones can't, you can tell, right? They come in, they're in their uniform, they don't have any facial hair. That's
Yeah,
clean and
there are
proper, and they
things
have
about
IDs, and they
them.
take their hats off and all this stuff, right? If one walks into our store and does this fake valor bullshit, I will send him the fuck away. And I will probably call my buddy and be like, hey, if you can make it to my work in about 5 minutes, I can probably hold him here long enough, but I need you to whip his ass in the parking lot. And I'm going to video that shit, and it's going to be good.
Right, because when people are like, oh yeah, do you do military discount? I don't even necessarily want to see their ID because I personally think that's not something you should lie about.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You know, all the
No,
other
I
ones,
agree.
yeah, can I see your coupon? Can I see this? You
Wait
know?
a minute, I need to see your Good Sam card.
Yeah.
Hand it over,
please.
Karen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we should make a discount situation for Karens. If you
Just
walk
give
in with an
5% just so they
A-line
shut up.
haircut, your price just went up 10%.
Oh, that's funny. No,
You give me lip at the fucking counter because you don't know what you're talking about, I immediately get to charge you an extra 25%. Especially, and if I'm right, at least 27%. Now we're gonna gain 2 more percent right
two
there.
more percent.
It's
I
gonna make a
love that
difference,
it's
dude.
not a 5, like another 5%. It's 2.
No, because I want it to stick.
Yeah, I got
It's gonna
you.
make a big difference. at the
I
end of the
want
day.
it to stick. See
That
this 50
2%.
cents, bitch? Mm-hmm.
You
Tell
wa-
you what.
Yeah, you want it to be the point, like when you leave a penny as a tip, as opposed to no
Right,
tip at all, where you're acknowledging, yeah, I would tip, but you suck, so I'm going to intentionally give you a bad
I'm
tip.
going to give you a penny.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Upside down in a water glass that I got set on the table that there's no way you're pulling it off the table without everything going fucking everywhere.
Exactly. You're gonna water mess everywhere, all for a fucking Lincoln. No, I think the Karen situation needs to be much more approached rather than like stolen valor is pretty easy because you could send a military personnel after somebody for stolen valor and fucking end their day, right?
Oh yeah.
But Karens win every once in a while, and that makes me fucking mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen's and what's the other one? Kyle's.
Carol's and Kyan, or yeah, fucking
Is it Kyle's
Jesus,
is the
2
male
beers.
version?
I
here
think
am.
they do Kyle.
That
Yeah,
one
it
Kyle
is.
at the desk the other day.
Oh yeah, we get a few. I've had
Oh,
a
yeah.
few. That are just
But I
there's
thought it was
nothing you can do.
Kevin's.
Is it
Maybe
Kevin's?
I think it's Kevin's.
Whatever.
I don't know. I've
think
had the
it's
ones
Karen's
that
and Kevin's.
my favorite one as being a manager that has to actually deal with these occasionally is you get pulled up there. My favorite one ever is when they just want to tell you what a piece of shit you are, and then you're like, well, what can we? You make an honest attempt at, well, what
Right.
can we do to rectify the situation? And they're like, they want no part of that. You stay calm and you're like, well, okay. No, I don't want you. Well, I just need you to know what a piece of shit you are. Is basically, it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, okay, you and everybody else. Well, okay, you gonna tell me how we can fix this, or you just, is that what you get off? Is just
Right.
letting everybody know they're a giant pile of shit.
My
'Cause-
absolute favorite is the I just want my right parts at a timely manner. Well, that's funny because I overnight shipped them. They're here today. We ordered it yesterday, and it's the right fucking part. So you tell me what the fuck.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the right part. That's because then they go to, well, it's not the right one. Sorry, that's the one you ordered.
So
Like I don't
showed
know how
you
to
on
tell
the
you
screen.
this, but or my favorite one of the people who bring in their own part numbers or own SKUs and shit.
Oh, and then
Oh,
they're
the
mad
bundle.
Here,
when
I
it's wrong.
want this one, and I want it before Friday. Okay, so we're gonna have to put like 2-day shipping on it. So
Right.
we're gonna be an extra $30 there. I don't care. I just want it by Friday. Okay. So you type it in, you order it, you go through the extra hoops and headaches to get it all done the way they want it, right? And it shows up, and then like Thursday of the following week,
They
they
show
come
up.
in, and you're like, I put in an hour's worth of effort on this fucking bullshit
Yeah,
to get
you-
it here by the time you wanted, and you totally spaced it.
Well, yeah,
I'm sorry,
either that or
Karen,
it's
but
wrong.
I sold it to someone else because you didn't fucking show up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
My favorites, they act like a jackass to you, and then the second you go get your manager and bring them up,
oh,
it's like they're a
all,
whole new person. They're like, oh, well, I just wanted to get this. It's like,
uh-huh.
wait a minute, roll it back. Act like
Yeah.
you were 5 seconds ago to me.
See, and I can't wait until you get black shirts because I will be the only white shirt at the counter. And this is amazing. I love this 100%. It gives me that little teeny bit more than everybody else because they look at everybody and they're yelling at the three guys, right?
We'll have both.
God, you blah, 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 you know, and then they turn and they look and they see the one guy in a white shirt and they're like, you must be the manager. So they walk over and they have no choice at that point but to talk to me the same way they talk to you guys. And it's so fucking like, just look at them and be like, well, I mean, what do we got going on here? What's going on? How can we fit? And it changes the whole scenario. And the only difference between you and me, different colored shirt.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll have white shirts, but the thing between our white shirts is my name's black and your name's like gold, so they still think that
I know,
like,
it's
you're, like,
weird.
Yeah, people.
It's super weird.
It's weird. No, I get that all the time though. They'll yell at you guys or whatever, and
I
then I
still
walk
wanna-
up there and they're like, they'll be super nice, and I'm like, all right.
Still want to see Casey have to deal with somebody at the counter that's pissed off that isn't pissed off at Casey, but there's enough white shirts that they just think he's there. And they're like, I want to speak to your manager. And he just
Casey turns around.
turns
Yes.
around,
Oh,
does
believe
one
me.
of these numbers where he like scratches his face or like turns his hat. Okay. All right, turns back around. Hi, how can I help you?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the
I've-
look on that guy's face.
I've had people get upset. I've had and I've been like, well, I'm the department manager, so if you would like to speak to my manager, I can go get him too. But I mean, there's not a whole lot he's gonna tell you that I, do for you that I can't.
Right.
So what do you want to do? And
Yeah.
most of the time,
I think that's the worst. Like that right there is how you get fired. I want to talk to your manager. As you're like, okay, ma'am, give me just a second. I will go get him. But the whole time you're just sitting there like, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Yeah.
You're just like under your breath, like growling at him as you're walking away. Exactly.
well, I get plenty of those people that it's not even the manager thing. It's where I'll get other managers from different departments be like, hey, can you call this person because of like 8 billion other reasons? And they tell me what a pile of shit they are, or like how they're this, they're that. I get them on the phone and it's like, they're super nice to me. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm not
hate
quite
that.
sure.
I've run
like,
into
I-
that too.
Now I look like the asshole because I went back there and I'm like, this guy's acting like a jackass. And then Casey goes up there, it's like nicest personality
Right,
ever now.
right.
It's like, what happened 5 minutes ago? You're you're
Well-
just screaming at me about something that I had nothing to do
Uh-huh.
with, but I'm just the one sitting here at the moment. And you're like, you want to take it out on me.
I think the other good one is the sexist asshole who's yelling at the woman behind the counter, right? He's getting super aggressive,
Oh yeah.
but you just kind of step in the way and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on? And then you step in with that concern, but with that like fuck around and find out, buddy attitude. And they like straighten up real quick.
Oh, see,
I've done it before where it was happening and I heard it before I ever seen it. And I was doing something at my computer and D Nice was dealing with this guy who was aggressively getting worse, even though she was fixing the problem.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, well, I mean, ultimately, yeah, I'm sure she could sit here and handle this, but fuck that. Because at a certain point, you're like, you don't speak to another person that way.
No, but
Right.
the more fun way to handle that one, instead of you actually getting in the middle, is you stand behind them
Mm-hmm.
and then you direct everything back to her. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, what are you doing for? Okay, so she is helping you,
Right.
She is
right.
fixing this. So what else would you like? And
Right.
they're like, I mean, she's more than capable. She'll get you taken care of. What do we got going on? I mean, is there
Yeah.
something I need to handle personally? But because I think she's doing a great job here. So what seems to be the issue? They clam up really quick. So then
Yeah.
you stand behind her and you force them to grovel kind
Oh,
of at them
yeah.
and be really nice. Not like, oh, you had to go get that guy to stick up for you. No.
Yeah.
You now need to bow to her and,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
eat a little shit here and be apologetic and
How's
be
your fucking
nice.
crow taste, bitch?
Yeah.
See, in my to me, it's like you get to a certain point where it's like, okay, this needs to stop. Right?
Yeah. No.
And when you've blown somebody up behind the cash register to this point where they're so nervous or they're doing they're hitting the wrong buttons and keys and shit. And so my favorite one, and this guy that was doing this, we have those RV steps, those little plastic foldable ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I
shit.
thought he was legit bigger than me because I didn't quite see around the counter, but he's standing on one of these fucking stools, and he's about eye to eye. I mean, just a little bit taller than me, right? And I'm like, okay, need be, he throws a punch. This is gonna get ugly, right? Like, yeah, maybe I don't have a job, but I don't want to not have a job and get my ass whooped.
Well, yeah, you got to pick your poison.
Right. So I step up, and he stepped off of the stool like a dumbass to his left or to his right, my left, and landed in front of me. And I just stood there and was like, he got madder than all hell to the point where he put his helmet on before he left the store. Like, he
Oh,
was so mad
Jesus.
that he
Yeah, no, some of those people, you just
left his shit on the counter too. I was like, well, when he comes back, I hope to God I don't have to thump his ass and get in
leave the
trouble for
quote on the
beating
side.
on a child.
Yeah,
So be
no,
ready when you get back.
Uh-huh. Have a little bow on him with his receipt and everything. Oh yeah, I was all ready to go super petty on his ass.
well, my only thing to most of it is like when people get like that, it's my only question is, okay, so are you okay with people coming in to your work and treating you this way when you make a mistake? Like,
Oh,
even if it's a
yeah.
Well, it's-
legit mistake, it's like everybody makes them,
Mhm.
but if you had, do you like it when somebody calls and says, I want to talk to your manager?
Yeah, I mean,
it's always somebody that's never worked a job where you have to deal with a
No.
customer
Yeah,
who's
it's
coming in.
always that
someone
person
that has no idea what it's like to sit there and
take
yelled at-
everybody's abuse.
yelled at for something that you probably didn't even do. It's someone
Yeah.
that someone else did.
Well, and I hate it too, though, when people they yell when they go, especially to things like fast food, and they want to yell at these kids, and it's like, dude, it's a kid, right?
Oh yeah.
You're
If we held you back for all the mistakes you made when you were flipping burgers as a kid, you would not be in a suit with a tie on and briefcase and shit like that. now.
right.
You would be the guy working at the fucking junkyard who smokes too much, drinks too much, smells like fucking ass and gear oil, drives an old beat to shit pickup, I mean, and that's a whole lot of it too. Like growing up doing farm work, I didn't really have a whole lot of people to whip my ass, but I tell you what, right now, Cal whipped my ass real fucking quick.
Well,
right?
right.
So, I mean, there was other things, and you learn those things and you move on. And oh God, why is my paycheck so small? Well, you didn't work worth a fuck this week. You worked Monday to noon. You worked Wednesday to like 2, and you didn't work the rest of the fucking week. Well, you want me to pay you for a full fucking week?
right.
So I mean, there's that involved, but I would have to agree the people who haven't worked even just a fucking manual labor job where what you put in is what you get out have this complex of I can walk into wherever the fuck I want. I can walk into McDonald's and get myself a Whopper, 'cause
Yeah.
if
Has
I'm gonna
pickles on it,
bitch
I'm
enough,
gonna
that's what they're gonna do.
fucking
Yeah.
Tear you a new one.
Right.
No, it's like you bought a 99-cent cheeseburger that you're throwing a fit about. You paid 99 cents for it. What the fuck did you expect?
Oh, I know. And they're super pissed off that you put fucking too much ice in their Diet Coke. Like, you fucking shitting me?
Yeah.
I'm saving your life with ice and you want to be mad at me, you fucking cow?
Yeah. You're ripping me off, really. I'm ripping you off again
Yeah.
with this 99-cent drink that they're not paying me shit to pour.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're ripping me off.
I can't. Well, now McDonald's has gone to these machines that do it. They hit the button,
Oh yeah.
large Coke, and it fucking shoots the cup into the little thing, moves it over, dumps the ice, and it moves it over, pours the Coke. Right.
Yeah.
All they do is grab the lid, put it on top, and hand you the fucking cup and the straw. You motherfucker shorted me on soda because you put too much ice in my cup. And it's like,
Machine did it.
I would hand
blame
them-
the robots, bitch.
I would.
I'm the guy that programmed the fucking machine.
If I got that, I would hold up their receipt and say, that's corporate's number. You can call and bitch about the robot there. I slapped a fucking lid on it and gave it to you.
Yeah.
And you know why they use all those, though? It controls food costs. There's less
Yep.
waste. And again,
Oh yeah, they can't even manually hit the button when the machine shorts you on soda. They can't even hit the button to top it off for you.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
yeah, it's ridiculous how we treat those people. It just is.
Oh yeah.
And then people go, oh,
I mean, think about it. It's the same thing as yelling at a piece of machinery. You know, you gotta. I'm gonna
Phone's not fucking working.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I revert this back to baling. I mean, you bale hay. Sometimes it's gonna work, sometimes it ain't. But me standing in the middle of the field throwing fucking wrenches at the fucking baler, being like, "You stupid piece of shit," ain't getting me anywhere.
Make you feel a little bit better.
A little bit, yeah. But
Yeah.
when somebody on the other end and you're just
Yeah, yeah.
damaging their fucking emotional stability,
I never understood
Yeah.
that.
it's like
There's been a
fuck.
couple times where like my like order or something's been messed up, and then like, oh, I'm so sorry, like apologize. I'm like, it's not a big deal, you know.
Just
Shit-
give me
shit
my fucking
happens.
tacos, bitch.
Shit happens immediately. Just switch up on them. Start screaming at
You just
them,
roll through the
start-
window. Hey, I
start
got
off all
somebody
cool.
else's order. I mean, I don't really care. That well, we can't take it back. It's been in your cart. That's great, but it's not my order. So can I have my order? Oh yeah, we got it right over here. And they hand you the order. Like, oh, we're so sorry. Give me my motherfucking tacos,
Yeah.
bitch.
It's like
Whoa.
I understand like things get messed up. It's not. I don't know. I'm just guess I'm a more chill person. I'm not like gonna freak out on you if I got mustard on my burger that I didn't want.
Yeah.
That's-
well,
right.
I mean, and
That's the best part about not being picky. I mean, you look in the bag and you're like, well, they fucked it up. Let's see what that guy was going to eat.
yeah, no, yeah, you look at it. Well, the only time it comes to that though is when it comes to allergies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's if you have an allergy, but it's still one of those things where it's like, yeah, I have an allergy for this. Can I just get what I ordered?
Yeah. Again, that's something that you can handle by rolling up and be like, hey, dude, I didn't want a PB&J. I'm allergic to peanut butter.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, but
whatever.
if you're nice about it, that's a different story. If you're
dick about
understanding
it.
to them and
I'm allergic to
I
this. You could have
understand you
killed
gotta
me.
step
It's
up.
like,
I'm allergic to Coke. This needed to be a
Yeah,
Diet
second-
Coke. And you
the
launch
second
it back
start
through
acting
there.
like a 5-year-old and throwing a
Yeah.
tantrum. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put extra mayonnaise on your burger since you didn't want it.
Well, here's the other one that pisses me off the most is when somebody does something to get a reaction out of you and
oh
you
yeah, they set
react
you up.
way wrong than what they thought, and then they want to pin it on you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's take this more to the home defense front here. I'm going to break into your house and plant jelly beans all over the floor in your kitchen. So when you walk in there and step on them in the morning, it hurts or whatever. It's this
Home
whole
Alone?
thing, right?
Yeah.
But what happened is I broke through your front door, and before I made it to your kitchen, you blew my fucking head off with your shotgun,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Or your dog attacked me and ripped my leg off, right? You should be sued for this. Bitch, you're in my house.
Yeah. You
No,
were
nobody
not
called you in
invited
here.
in.
Nobody baited you in here. Nobody told you to smash through that front door with no keys. It is now your problem. I'm going to sue you. Fucking sue me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, when we go to court, I'm going to be like, that dog knows what's up. That dog knew that bitch was going to put jelly beans on my floor in my kitchen. And he was like, ain't no jelly beans up in this bitch, But it doesn't matter because you broke into somebody's house and got shot.
Yeah.
You got shot doing something stupid. You want to blame it
Doing
on
something you
them?
shouldn't do.
You should
Well,
be
it
lucky that they left you alive.
There's a video of an older guy that shot some intruders, and like one of them tried running through his backyard, and he shot him in the back. They fell down. They're like, please, please, I have a family. He's like, oh well, too bad. He shot him again.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
shit.
got
Oh
shit
my
broke in.
god.
Wow.
What?
But
Why
he was
bring
like
this-
on the news talking about it, like he was like
It was just
proud of it.
Thursday.
He's,
Yeah.
he's like,
I shot him once. He fell down. I shot him again after he told
Begged-
me he had a family. I was like, well,
begged for his life.
I'm doing you
Well,
him a
too
favor.
bad.
Oh my god,
That's brutal.
intense.
That is brutal.
Oh,
It's like you broke into his house. What'd you expect?
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, there's a level you're
No,
asking
it's-
for it, but that's
Oh,
pretty.
yeah. Well, you
Like,
see
he's
the
an old man. He's like,
military
"Yeah,
dude.
If I go to prison, what do I got? 5 years left.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my god, that's fucking insane. Well,
I'd probably shoot him in the knee and be like, "That'll hold till the cops get here." Like,
see, and that's the problem. You can't do that now.
I know.
You lose that battle and you
Oh,
go
yeah,
to
you
jail.
go to jail for that.
yeah, that's also why cops are also taught now to shoot to kill, not to shoot to
Yeah.
maim or disarm. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, it's not shoot him in the hand.
it's like, where did we
Well, fucking
lose?
Slick
Decap
Bill
him.
style.
Yeah.
Bam! I got him right in the finger, right in the trigger finger. Took the whole sumbitch off. No,
Yeah.
bullshit. He pulled that thing out, shot everything but the intruder, then pulled the AR out of the trunk and killed everyone in the vicinity.
Yeah, no shit. Well, it makes you, I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you ever have a standoff with Boise PD, you got
Oh,
a pretty decent chance. When they reload, that's when you step out on the porch with your hands up, because they are gonna blow the foundation out from
Yeah,
underneath
I was
your
gonna
house
say.
and potentially peel the roof off. But the second they go to reload, that's when you step out. I don't have a gun, and they're done. They can't do anything.
Well,
They shoot you and you die. I mean, okay, great.
You're
but
still taking
your family is now taken care of for life.
Yeah, you're still taking chances there.
No, I think you probably make it to their cop car before they actually hit you with something. Boise PD's aim is so fucking bad that I think I could probably do better with a bug assault gun than they can
Bug
do with
assault
real
gun.
weapons. I'm telling you right now.
Stan's proud of his.
I've
bug
seen
assault.
I have
He's
seen
very
some
proud.
Boise PD officers shoot, and I'm like, what the fuck are you aiming
The best
at?
thing since sliced bread for him.
Yeah.
Bug assault gun.
Fucking A right.
He loves that thing. He's so proud of it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when we get that fun shotgun, we're gonna be doing some fucking some serious shotgun and
Salting
beers
the-
going on.
salting-
Yeah.
salting the-
Somebody would pull the trigger, pump the thing, and then get
Yeah,
hit
no,
with a
it's-
fucking bug assault. Bam! Oh, I thought it was a margarita. My bad. I was just trying to salt the rim.
I did get to fuck a little bit with the technician today.
Oh, I was like, whoa.
Well,
That
no,
sentence
because
did not go where I thought it was going.
well, because I got the oil change and I'm standing over at the service writer's desk talking to him, and the guy is going to pull it on the rack, which isn't very far away down at Nissan, and he's like, my gear shift handle comes on, the shifter handle
Oh
on the Cavalier just pops right off. Like, I haven't fixed it. And it's fine. It's an automatic. It's not like I'm
right.
shifting. You don't miss gears. It works. But if you don't know, a lot of people will yank the
Yeah.
handle. He's pulling over and he holds it up. He's like, "Hey, Larry, you need to note this." And I was like, "Dude, you broke my car."
Larry is now in a complex situation. Oh shit!
Well, luckily,
What do we do? Wait a minute! It happened now. Oh crap!
yeah, it's like, what? No, the guy just started laughing. He's like, "Yeah, no." So,
That's funny shit.
but it is. It's fun to let people drive the car when they don't know that, because they will pull the handle off. Oh shit!
Oh no!
I let Dan drive it once to like, and he did that, and he kind of freaked out, like, "Oh shit, I broke the car." I'm not saying it's
shit,
safe,
that's
but it's funny.
That's hilarious.
So, well, and I forget about it all the time now because I'm just so used to compensating for it. So it's not until somebody else drives the car that I'm like, probably should have told them about that.
My favorite is the older Chevy pickups, like in the 70s era and shit. You turn the truck on and then let it fall back into the run position, right? And they pull keys out. And I got my wife with this one time. Fired truck up, pulled the key out, put it in the center console, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, we take a left turn at the right speed, and these keys are going to physically assault you." And she's like, "What do you mean?" Oh, All right, put the key back in
Yeah.
the ignition.
You're about to
She's like-
find out what I
She's
mean.
like, I can't believe your
Take
truck
some
does
hard
that.
left.
Like, what the hell? And sure, I mean, the first thing I did, I like go to pull out on the street, and I just wooded it and cranked it to the left, and the keys fly out of the ignition, drill her square in the kneecap, bounce off the door, hit the dash. At this point, I'm now reaching, I'm hitting the brake. I'm like, I'm better slow down or I'll lose a fucking window, because now these keys are just ricocheting around the truck.
Thinking of cartoon.
She's like holding her knee, like, ow, what the fuck? I was like, I told you they'll physically assault you. No, you reach down and grab my keys off the
Keys
floorboard and
back,
hand
yeah.
them to me.
I warned you.
Oh shit! Yeah, she didn't think that was a great warning, but it's still funny. I mean, and everybody's car has that one quirk. Like, so I just purchased a 2001 Volkswagen Beetle that is bright fucking yellow, and Mr. Briscoe is actually protecting it from street damage right now with where he parked his truck.
Right, I'm worried about it.
But
Yeah, I was gonna
it-
park behind. He's like, no, pull forward.
yeah, I was like,
"Okay."
pull up here. Well, because so you were parked partially in front of my dickhead neighbor's yard,
Oh,
and I would not put it aside from him to come out and like do something stupid to your truck. That's why I
No.
wanted you to pull forward. It wasn't
Yeah,
for to
it's just a
hide the
truck.
bug. It was straight up to make sure that
Just a
your
truck.
shit didn't get vandalized. Because he's one of those cocksuckers that I've almost had to fucking deal with multiple times.
Hmm.
He's been physically assaulted on our
So he's
property
a
before.
Kyle
Yeah,
or,
he's kind of a pain.
Kevin.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
Kevin. He's a fucking douchebag.
He likes to cause Brock lots of trouble.
He likes to yell at women, but he isn't man enough to say shit to me. He's one of those fuck.
There's just see, and that goes back to the same thing. It does frustrate me that people will like berate my employees and stuff, and then you get up there and they're like, "Oh, well, this happened, and
Yeah,
this happened,"
they-
and you're
yeah.
like, and most of the times I know, but yeah, when you can't, like, if you're gonna be a dick, just be a dick,
Right.
you know,
Just own up to
just
it.
own it.
Yeah. Realize that my right to self-defense does not begin at the end of a harsh word. Right?
Right.
You have to do something ultimately fucking stupid to get your ass handed to you. And I'm one of those guys who I can be pretty pissed off. I can sound pissed off and I can be really fucking loud and look like I'm going to beat your ass. And never once in the whole thing think, yeah, I was going to kick his ass. And I'm going to turn around and walk away and go, bitch, he's going to go cry later. 'Cause I don't give a fuck. But to me, with where we are with that certain asshole, he steps foot on this property, I'm going to unleash all 4 dogs and a baseball bat on his ass.
And a bug assault.
Underneath the fucking no
Salt
trespassing
right in his
sign.
eyes.
It fucking ain't right.
No, he's gonna wait until he gets some superficial wounds and cuts, then shoots those because that's
Exactly.
more painful.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna act like I'm bug assaulting the dogs off of him, but really what I'm trying to do is
Before
get
his
the
cuts
salt
and
in the cut.
In the wounds. I've always wanted that salt rock, like a shotgun and salt rock.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Yeah, that's why I want it.
I've seen what it does to people. Nobody wants it.
Yeah, that's what I say. Whatever happened to non-lethal methods? I
We
think
have
those are way more. Yeah, they don't ever fucking use them.
No, because you don't fucking pull out a taser when somebody's aiming a gun at you. That's the problem. We've escalated the fucking idiots so that now non-lethal is not useful.
Yeah,
And half the time they don't
Yeah.
even work.
yeah,
Someone
that's
gets hit
true.
with a taser, and it's like they're still charging
Yeah,
at
you
you.
seen these fucking crazy motherfuckers on PCP get
Well,
whacked with a taser, and they're
yeah.
just like, "Oh, what?" And they pull it out, and the cop like shits his pants. Oh,
Yeah, that's because he knows he's on PCP.
he knows
at
he's
that
about
point,
to get
you're like,
jacked up.
fuck, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, but nowadays, I mean, fuck. Back when, I mean, more when you were going to high school and like my dad was going to high school, it was not uncommon to have a fucking schoolyard brawl, right?
Yeah, it
A
happens.
couple of kids duking it out back on the football field, no big deal. Nowadays, you can't do that. Your kid goes to get in a fight and somebody else pulls out a shiv or a fucking gun and just starts shooting motherfuckers. It's like, really? This is where we're at now? You can't put up your dukes and fucking fight it out anymore. Fuck no. You're down at Briscoe's gun store fucking picking up your fucking lunchtime shooter,
Well, and I can tell you most of those fights back in my day and probably your dad did. Yeah, you had a few fist fights, but most of the time it was a shoving match and talking shit because
Oh,
neither
no,
one of them
Oh yeah.
had the balls to take a swing at the other one.
Even
Yeah.
fist fights nowadays are too violent. I remember two
A
girls
what?
in my high school got in a fight, and one girl literally got the girl on the ground and was smashing her head into the asphalt.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's brutal now.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Leading me to my next point of all of us need as parents need to put our children through anger management classes, man. I'm telling you what, right now, my 3-year-old lights the candle. I'm like, oh fuck, somebody there's a dog getting spanked or something. Like shit's going down.
Oh yeah, no, I've got my fair share that work through theirs. That you're like, woo, it's cool, man. Just calm down.
Yeah. Well, it's like Maggie. I may not look like there's a whole lot of muscle here, but Maggie was punching me one day, mad as shit, mad as mad could be at me, and I knew talking to her wasn't going to get anywhere. And she swung at me, and I just locked up my thigh, and I thought I broke her wrist because she just smacked the fuck out of my thigh, and I was like, that was cute. And she's like, and I could see the look in her face because she hit me, but her hand rolled over, and I was like, oh, God, that had to suck.
Dude, have you seen the video going around the guy who was training his kid? I'm guessing it's his kid trainer, and like he's literally throwing punches at him and stuff, and the kid's dodging them all.
Oh yeah,
Fucking nails him with an uppercut, like, and I mean rocks him. You're like,
yeah,
oh shit.
yeah. I've seen that. That's intense.
Yeah, you're like, wow, he got well trained.
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean,
Oh yeah.
as a dad, do you think that dude's like proud or like, uh-oh?
No, I mean, I would bet that he's proud at that moment. I mean, think about it. He trained this kid to do this. This guy at any moment could be like, 1, 2, 3, thump. Don't fuck around with dad, bud. Just get back up, get over there, get in your corner. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we made it to 5. Come here. You
Yeah.
know.
No, that's true.
I mean, ultimately, he knows the routine, right? Like,
Yeah.
dad knows the routine at this point. So at any given point in time, which he slipped up, he was too loose or something, and this kid's just like, bing!
Yeah, no,
but
he fucking nails him and
but
just
how
wipes
many
him
times
out.
do you think they did that before the kid was finally like, you know what, I'm gonna pop dad right in his chin?
Probably a lot, probably too, because I think dad probably fucked with him a little bit, giving him like the slap
Oh,
on
yeah.
the cheek or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
Well, and he had to have the timing down and everything. So like he's made it through this process so many times where he knows, you know, he's over there, you know,
Yeah.
left, right, down, left, up, you know, and
Yeah.
he's like, he's practiced it so much in his head that right before that last like dodge, he's like uppercut, you know, like, and finally, and he said it probably 100 times in this process before he actually did it, you know, probably in his head, and he's like right, left, uppercut, right, you know, like he's doing whatever, and then finally it was just like he left it open enough and it pissed him off that day, grounded him or something. He was just like, you know what, fuck it, left, uppercut. And fucking dad's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck just happened? You just got knocked the fuck out.
Uh-huh, exactly.
All right, let me hit it with a would you rather, because we're about an hour and 40 minutes in,
Okay,
so probably a good time.
no wonder I have to tinkle.
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right. Would you rather burp soap bubbles when you're
Uh-huh.
drunk, or
What?
have your hair turn green when you're drunk?
Green.
All right. So apparently,
I am too drunk too often to burp soap bubbles. Fuck this.
I mean, it goes away after you're.
yeah, once you're not drunk.
Yeah, who cares?
I
Everyone will just be like, "Oh, look, it's the crazy guy with the green hair." At the
Oh
bar
fuck, Brock's
tonight."
drunk again. He's got green beard going on.
All right.
At least people would be like, "Yeah, you can't drive home. You're drunk."
Right? Cop pulls you over. God damn it, Brock. I told you.
Yeah. Oh, they'd have.
What
a
do
good...
you mean? I'm not drunk. Your fucking hair is lime green. You were hammered. I am not.
Ooh, here we go.
Just denying it.
Would you rather walk through Disneyland wearing a shirt with your most embarrassing childhood nickname on it, or go to your class reunion with a big zit?
I could be stinky at Disneyland.
I'll take the
Fucking
nickname. People call me nicknames all day. I don't give a shit.
Crisco Briscoe right
it
there.
is.
I now have to ask, what's the most embarrassing nickname you have?
Probably. I don't know. I'd have to think about it for a minute. There's been a lot. Crisco Briscoe is the one that comes to mind.
I could
That's not
tell
really
you.
embarrassing because it's never really bothered me.
See, Stinky was always like my childhood one, but I can tell you right now, the only person at work who can call me Broccoli is Callie or Denise. There's probably two of them, Callie and Denise, because if either one of them say it, that's fine. But I almost fucking punched somebody else at work for fucking calling me that. I about broke somebody's nose.
Oh shit!
He learned it real quick. I was like, you realize that you just literally just about went to the hospital? And he looked at me and like, what? And I was like, I just about fucked you up right there. And he's like, okay, I'll leave that one alone. Like, sounds good.
I've called him Brooke a few times just for fun.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, he's like, dick. I'm going to my reunion with a giant zit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop the fucker right there to grow somebody out.
Hey, look what? Ow, my eye!
Yeah, right. That's gonna be my version of a bug assault. You remember that time
everybody's
he showed
gonna
up
be puking and shit? Casey's gonna be over there giggling.
That'd be my gotcha bitch moment.
See, my thing is like, where would the zit be?
Ooh, hopefully like right Rudolph style, right on the.
It's got to be somewhere where you can see it for this to be a thing.
Sound effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. It'd be like a.
Yeah, right. I don't know, like a big old boil on your cheek that's all festered up. Lancet, you know. Well, have you ever watched the pop? Yeah,
Brody's already like, shut up, put your fucking shirt on and be shaved like the rest of us and move on with life.
You know, the one that comes out like toothpaste when they squeeze it, and it looks like a toothpaste tube.
How many people are going to be at that Disneyland park that day that know you, right?
You know, I say
they're not, but all those strangers stopping because if it's that embarrassing and commenting constantly, the first one you'll be like, yeah. But by like the 15th or 20th one, you're going to be like, fucking god damn it.
No, I got one better for you. We went to Denver for that ball game, and we went to the zoo, and I seen 3 customers.
Oh, shit. No way.
And I was like, what the fuck is going? I'm not this cool. You don't need to follow me out of state. And then the wife ran into a friend of her, and I was like, we're never fucking coming here again. Ever again on vacation. Fuck this.
We ran into way too many people we know.
It was weird. I was like, no way would I have guessed that we, on a random weekend for the most part, flew into Denver, show up, go to the zoo, and run into 3 people that I've dealt with at the counter.
No, I get that.
I was like, oh, shit.
With you 100%.
Is my part in yet?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. That's the kind of shit people do.
Hey, are my parts here yet?
You're like, hey, can you check on that for me? No, dude, I'm fucking on vacation.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put a phone call into the Department of No Fucks to Give right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna happen.
I'm here with my wife, and we're watching the rhino walk around in his pen.
Yeah,
okay, would you fuck right off?
I had a great shirt one time. It said, girls have feelings too, but who really cares?
Oh, shit. See, I've always heard about the female body inspector shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen one. I mean, I've seen the hat, but I've never seen the shirt.
I think I've seen the shirt before. I wore this shirt, though, that I had on my honeymoon in Vegas. Like, walking around Vegas. And I got a shitload of comments on it. Like, lots of people that just laughed or would point or would be like, oh, my God, I love your shirt.
Well, so we went to the liquor store today, and I'm wearing one of my more funny to me shirts.
Oh, my God, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a whole other good topic, too. We'll have to hit it again. But Brody and I are in the liquor store, and the lady behind the counter knows me.
Right. He's a regular.
Yeah, ask Brody. She's like, I've seen you. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
She actually carded Brody, but she knew who I was. I've talked to her before.
Well, yeah, it's the like.
Yeah, so the back of my shirt says my food pees on your food, and it's a deer taking a leak on the grass. And she's like, oh my God, your shirt is so funny. I just read this funny shit. And I'm like,
that's hilarious.
And I don't know, we joked around with her the whole time we were there, with giggling and everything else. And we walk out of there, and this guy, we're like going to leave. This older guy's like, dude, your shirt's hilarious. And I'm like, that's funny shit, right? So then we get in the wife's car, the newest, nice, fancy mom bomb, right? We climb in the car, which Brody barely fits in, by the way.
Oh
I
my
believe it.
God.
And we back up, and
Not
I start to
expecting this.
drive past his 1990s Chevrolet shit brown 1500 extended cab long bed. And he has in his hand this square box with one button on top and this little nipple that sticks out the front. And he's blowing into it.
Oh, at
He
the
left the liquor store
door.
I had to take a double
seconds
take.
behind we did. Or we,
I
Yeah.
had to
seconds
take a
behind
double
us.
take. I was like, I thought it was a huge vape at first. I was like, damn, that's a big
No.
ass vape.
Yeah, that's like a 10 pack battery fucking vape, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing was huge.
But the best
Yeah.
part was that he left with nothing. So it was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's just reminiscing on good old times.
Maybe
Yeah, like
that's
he-
what he's gonna do, right?
Just
Go walk
He's
in.
like,
I just
I remember when I used to be able to drink this stuff.
He's walking around. I remember my first DUI. But I was like, oh my God, that guy's blowing in a breathalyzer to start his truck.
Oh my God.
And Brody goes, no, he wasn't. And I was like, hold on. And I flipped the fucking car around. I was like, we're going back by. And sure as shit, man. I mean, this thing looked like a VHS
It
tape with
looked
a
like he
nipple
wasn't-
off the end and a cord running down to the truck.
It looked
And
like he
sure as
wasn't
shit,
fucking getting his truck started.
he's as concentrated as he can get. But when we rolled back around the backside of his truck, tail lights still weren't on, brake lights still weren't on. I'm like, this motherfucker's hammered right now. No wonder he didn't get anything in the fuck. I'm waiting for him to like flag us down. Hey, blow in my truck for me.
We used to have a lady that
Oh
when I
my
worked
God.
at Lithia, she'd bring in her car for oil changes. She had one of those, so they would they'd have her pull it in, but then the rest of the way they would push it. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
they're like, not blowing in that shit.
It's running funny. I don't know what to do. Well, sorry, but you're gonna have to blow in this
Yep.
tube.
You're gonna have to stick around for this one.
Uh-huh.
You are now part of the diagnosis.
Yeah, you sit in the driver's seat and you just blow in that fucking thing. Oh my God, I fucking died. I mean, the guy, he was in like just kind of your regular clothes, t-shirt.
Right.
I think he was in shorts,
Yeah.
but he walked around the liquor store like a couple times. Like we were in there goofing off, and we were just, I mean, we're killing time. But
Right.
as adults do, why go to like Walmart when you can kill time in the liquor store?
No, I get you.
And we're in there fucking looking at all the fancy bottles and all this shit. And the next time we need a certain alcohol, I know which one I'm buying. This is a really cool bottle.
Oh yeah, that.
Okay.
2 of them actually that I seen today. But no, it was just funny because walking around in there, like I noticed he walked around and like looked at all the bottles.
Yeah, it was just
Right,
like
like,
he was like
just
he was
looking.
reminiscing. He's like, yeah, I wish I could drink this right now.
Exactly. You know,
Wow,
you know
that's
he's looking at it
rough,
like, man,
man.
I could have this drink before I get to the truck, but then the fucking truck won't start.
That's rough. Like,
I seen a guy at a bar start his truck, drink a couple shots that his buddy had ran out to him, and then drive home. Well, as you're driving, this thing will go off. He literally lived like 3 blocks from the bar because after 5 minutes, it will go off and you have to blow in it again.
really?
Yeah. One of them was installed in a vehicle I had to use.
Ah,
I was like, this is stupid. Why
is
the fuck
bullshit
can
at
I
that
just drive
point.
my truck? And they're
Yeah.
like, nope, this
Stuff
is your
the
work
whole
truck.
thing the
You
whole
need
time
to
you're
drive it
driving.
here at this time. You need to drive around here. Like, you need to utilize the truck because if you don't, then I get in trouble for going places without using the truck with the thing in it. And I'm like, fucking shit, I will do for a fucking job.
yeah, no, I'm out. Fuck that.
And seriously, you'll be driving along and all of a sudden it's like bing, 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 bing. And you're like, what the fuck? Who opened the door? And you look down and the little monitors, it has a time on it.
Right.
It's like 3 or whatever, and you're like, oh fuck, I have 3 minutes, and the thing's sitting down on the floor, and you're like, well, this isn't good. I'm on the freeway, and you're like trying to fucking grab it and
Grab by the
shit.
cord.
Like,
Yeah,
because this distracted driving's so much better than the drunk
exactly
driving.
right. Fuck, the thing fell on the passenger floorboard. Now I gotta pull over and fucking no. Fuck no. Everybody in Idaho is gonna grab the base of the steering wheel, scoot over a little
Yeah.
bit, and then go for the dive. And
Yeah.
it's like, fucking Christ, here we go. We're killing people now.
Right. No, 100%.
Man causes 16 car pile up on I-84 by blowing into breathalyzer while
fuck.
truck was operating down the freeway.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. That's so true.
God.
I think that's a good spot to wrap up. So, but we can continue that on another episode. That's a pretty good
It was
topic.
great.
So, all right, we're going to wrap up this episode. Thank you again for tuning in and listening. Again, hit us up on all our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook again, because I don't know. I like to repeat myself. And
Twitch.
I said Twitch.
Did you? I don't
Yeah,
know.
now you're repeating myself.
Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. Fuck, I got that one. YouTube again.
Let's go through them one more time.
Yeah,
Facebook.
if you didn't know, we have social media accounts, but in most of them it's Dose of Dysfunction. Google us too. The more people Google us
Google
and
the
click
fuck
on it,
out of us. I'm gonna Google us right now.
oh, dude, we're still way down the page.
What?
Yeah,
We
it's
were
all
like
a,
Two.
it's all erectile shit. If you don't
Oh,
put
great.
podcast behind it, you get erectile stuff, like pages of it. Anyway, yeah, hit us up
Still
for
stuck on the Florida guy who robbed the Wendy's.
yeah. So anyway, hit us up for stickers, stuff like that. We would love to send them to you. Join the Dysfunction, join our sticker mafia, help us get the word out. We greatly appreciate everyone and all the interaction we get. So thank you all, and good night.